Oh, what's going on? I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I had to start things just a little bit earlier. I'm not going to do any reveals for a couple of minutes until people are in. It seems like there's a hell of a lag. A hell of a lag today. But there we go. Hello. Good evening. How are you? I hope you're all well. I've got some guff on my lens. I've just noticed it. Some dust. Hang on. Take my dust off. There you go. Dust off. Badoomph. How are we looking? Are we light enough? Are we bright enough? There's 5 people watching. Say hello if you're in chat. Let me know who's in here. There we go. Tim is in. Lois is in. Truckin's in. Hey. How we doing, boys? Girls? I hope you're all well. I'm crazy nervous. I've not had much sleep because I've been not doing lots of worky things, and mostly pertaining to this. But yeah, I'm super nervous about showing you guys everything. But I'm going to give it just 8 minutes. I said I'd start it at 7, so that's what I'm going to do. So what I'll do just in the interim, just while I've got you, is I have got Mr. Richard Vick's Saver RTA tank, which is very exciting. Because of all of the work I've been doing today, I've not had a chance to put a build in it or anything like that. So if you do want me to pop a build in this before we go today, then I certainly will. I do have a black one as well, although he skimped out on the box on that one, cheeky bastard. But no, we've got this to give a look to, and I've got to say it does look pretty damn swish. But we can look at this in a little bit more detail a little bit later on. But just to give you a kind of a brief kind of a look. It certainly looks very pretty. Certainly looks very, very sexy. But no, there we go. So scared. You see, there's something. I look a mess. I know I do, and I'm very sorry. But there's something about this, as you'll see, which is quite different to other products that are out there, and it terrifies me, quite frankly. Elle's in. I didn't think you were in, buddy, but hello. Nice to see you. So just got another couple of minutes just to see if anyone else does come in. And the reason I wanted to do this was because I wanted to try and get as many kind of live reactions. And, you know, please be honest. I'm sure you will be. But please be honest about what you think about what you see today. Because, you know, that's how we all learn. I meant to make coffee, forgot. So I'm on the smart water. Anyway. Oh, 5 minutes to go. I hope you're all well. I don't know if any of you are coming to Expo this weekend. I can't remember off the top of my head. Obviously, there is a few of you that will not be because you're not in the country. But no, it may happen. It may happen. And if you do, then please make sure you do come and say hello. Lois is saying, "Oh, I'll be honest. Yeah, I have absolutely no doubt that that'll be the case, Lois." Out of everybody that's likely to call me out, I'm fairly sure that you're it. I'm just double checking on the things, on the pages and stuff to make sure that we're all good to go. I'm so scared. I'm just petrified that this video is going out to kind of live and all that sort of stuff. It's not. It should be. Yeah, it's unlisted. It should just be for you guys. So yeah, it does. This what you're going to see today does have to stay between us. I know you guys will, but you know, at the weekend, once it's been in the public eye a little bit, then we'll be able to kind of be a little bit more open about things. But yeah, I mean, I'm terrified that that any kind of information is going to leak out before the weekend. So I was umming and ahhing whether I would actually do this, but like I said in the post, I think you guys deserve, you know, my trust and love because you're all amazing. So and I really, really do appreciate it. So this is kind of my little way of kind of suggesting that or showing that I love you. I love you. You're my favourites. Stan, you started early. Yes, I have started early, but I've not shown anything yet. I'm not going to show anything until 7 o'clock. Like I said, I got so nervous. I was sitting here not knowing what to do with myself. So I thought, well, fuck it. I'll start the live stream and then I can just have a little bit of a chat for a few minutes. So we've got 11 people watching. I still don't know if when it says 11 people are watching, if I'm one of them or not. I don't really know how that goes. But there we go. I'm just going to pop this chat out. I do like the fact that you can pop out chat. Right, popped out. So that's that. I'm still watching it there so I can make sure I know what's going on. I can move my chat window to there. I know this is not very exciting at the minute, gang. Honestly, I promise it'll get way more exciting shortly. 3 minutes to go. Oh, should have a countdown clock. Also, my glasses need to clean. I know that. Oh, look at the bags. Oh, I've got to go and look pretty this weekend as well. Anyway, so yes, got about 2.5 minutes left. How was the birthday? Dull as piss. Thank you very much, Lois. Yeah, I'm ridiculously dull. I don't really do exciting birthday things. I don't go out and drink. And I had Mr. Mottram got me a very nice present, which is very nice of him. I really expected a fucking big old dildo or something, but I didn't get one of those, which was nice. Yeah, that was very cool. So yeah, it's just relaxing more than anything else. Just kind of chilled with the wife, my old man. I was going to work yesterday and get the Aspire feed link review out, but I was under strict instructions from Mrs. Biker to not do any work and actually, just take a day off and not think about things. I still sort of did emails and all that sort of crap, but yeah, I didn't come into the studio yesterday at all, I don't think. So, yeah, strict instruction. And it was nice. It was nice to be able to actually just have a chill out. But even though you guys don't see what's going on sort of behind the scenes from this end, I'm always crapping it about kind of, I want to be working, I want to be doing stuff, and just because you don't see stuff doesn't mean I'm not working. Now, obviously, what we're going to see today has made a lot of sort of a lot of inroads into my time of late. So once this is out of the way, then normal service shall resume, which I'm very excited for, as long as I haven't been lynched by people at Expo calling me a wanker, which could be happening. But we'll see what goes on with that one. Oh, we got a minute to go. So, yeah, everybody's in here. Stan, Earl, David, Lois, Tim, Alex, Truckinator, Mark, isn't it? It is Mark, isn't it? Genie26, thank you very much. I think have I said hello to everybody? I think I've said hello to everybody. So, hello. Right. Okay. So, I think I can do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tease you just for a smidge longer, and I've just been working on a kind of a teaser trailer, which isn't perfect yet, but I thought I would sort of show you guys just to give you a little kind of a brief kind of preview about what's coming out tomorrow, although it will be slightly changed. But there's particularly one slide-in shot that looks particularly shit. But no, we'll see how we get on. Right. Here we go. Let's have the teaser trailer. Douche. Oh. I'm really hoping that trailer actually worked. Oh, right. Oh, how was it? How was the teaser? Apart from there was a really bad pan shot in there, but like the trailer, that's good. Well, we're on a good start. We're on a good start. If we like the trailer, then right. Play it again, just cause. Do you want another? Do you want it one more time before we get into it? Do you? Do you? Fuck it. I'm going to do it once more, just because. It keeps the suspense going. Oh, there it is. Right, well, there you go. So that's the trailer. Like I said, it's just one thing that I want to take out of it and put something else in its place. But no, there we jolly well go. So, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Now, I was going to kind of like bring them out one at a time, but it's, you know, I think it's probably easier if I just do a kind of a thing. Hang on, I've just got to set them out so they look kind of cool. Stay with me, gang. Stay with me. Right, that's not going to work. We're going to need that there, that there, that there. So, giving you a bit of background before I show you these. Essentially, what's actually happened is I started to design this mod last year. So, it started happening I guess kind of like midway through last year, and what happened was I didn't want to. I mean, I get offered, and I've told you guys multiple times, I get offered a lot if I want to kind of make mods or atomizers and all that sort of stuff with various companies. And it took a while for me to find a company that I honestly believed in. Now, I spoke to a couple along the way, to be honest with you, and I had some early discussions, and it was something that there was things that just weren't right, or I didn't really feel it, or, you know, various things kind of were a little bit pear-shaped along the way. So I didn't kind of make it go any further. I mean, I showed my design to, I think, one other company, but then it just wasn't something that I kind of decided to go ahead with. But when I found Dovpo, now Dovpo have been a good solid company. They're not a particularly large company, but they're a good solid company. And one of the things that I've absolutely loved is working with these guys, because it was my design. I've designed pretty much everything. There's some stuff inside it that I've not designed, but you know, the exterior of it, how it works, what it does, and its kind of USPs and stuff have been kind of all come out of my little grey matter. Even as far as changing the way that they do packaging. So I've got them to go with recycled cardboard, and I've got really kind of clean lines when it comes to the packaging. If you want to see a picture of that, in fact, that might be a nice little little teaser before we get into the main stuff. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it will be? Let me just, if I open this, right, hang on a second here. Screen capture there. All right, so looking at the packaging, I'm going to show you the packaging. This was my what I came up with for the design of the packaging. And tell me this isn't the most basic packaging you've ever seen a mod to come in. You ready? Boom! There we go. And that is the Basium packaging. The down below, there is a slight change on that. This was just realised this is my first design of it, but no, this was that's the packaging, and that's that. So no, go back to there again. Oh, is anyone else tense? Just keep it stalling. Aye, all right then. Now then, what did I have up there? I had something up in that corner and I have no idea what it was. Anyway, right, so here we go. Here we go. Now, I'm going to tell you about something first. Basium. Okay, Basium is Latin for kiss, and kiss stands for keep it simple, stupid. Now, it's sort of what's it called? A thing where you use an acronym. Is it an acronym? And so the whole basis of, or the whole idea with this mod is to keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. So I wanted something in a world where we've got flashing lights, where we've got fucking, you can talk to them and gesture control and all this bullshit. I wanted none of that. I didn't want any of that aspect going on. I wanted something that was just basic, that did what it said in the tin and wasn't huge. Now, as you know, I kind of like larger mods, but rather than going for sort of just a massive mod, I've gone for a slightly different shape. And before you get completely turned off by the shape, if you do, then I will explain my my reasoning behind it. But okay. I'm so scared. I'm just going to turn that light down a little bit. Right. Are you ready? We're definitely going for it now. Boosh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is 4 of the 5 colours of Basium. So what we've got going on here, obviously they're all the same, but I just kind of gave them a little bit of a turn, so we're all looking at them like so. So this, ladies and gents, is the Basium mod. Now this, as far as I can tell, is the shortest dual battery 18650 squonker out there. This is 80 millimeters top to bottom, and you'll see in a minute that it's not particularly large. But hang on, I should have kind of been more prepared. Hang on, totally worth it, promise. Open, you bastard, open. Right. Right, so to give you an idea about size, let's just have a little look at the red one for the minute. Oh, my atomizer's leaked everywhere. It's not the mod, it's the Atty. Shouldn't have squonked like a bastard before I did that. Anyway, to give you a bit of a size comparison, let's have a little zoom in a wee bit more. And sorry about, these are prototypes, these aren't production ones, but that is the size of the Minikin V2. So you can see there that we're looking at sort of pretty much not far off the same kind of height and size going on there. Hopefully you can see that all right. You see that? So we've got that going on. Take the colour up a little bit more, and obviously a competitor would be your kind of your G-Box, your Geek Vape G-Box, and you can see that is sort of considerably taller. So that's it when it comes to the overall height. Now then, the shape is something that I'm a little bit scared of, just in case people don't really get it, but hopefully you guys will. So this shape is, this is a square. Look at that, look, isn't it? What? So what we've got going on here is we've got a shape that's actually super comfortable for both righties and lefties. It also means that it's really stable when you're putting it down. It doesn't tip over, it doesn't have any dodgy curves on it, it doesn't do anything that you don't want your atomizer to do. When you put it down on the desk, that's what it does. And when we look at the sort of the size comparisons when it comes to that shape, we're not only are we shorter than the G-Box, but we're obviously much kind of smaller all round, really. But when you look at it in comparison to the Minikin V2, we're really not far away from that kind of shape, or size rather. Let me get rid of that because that's really annoying me. So yes, so there we go. That is the shape that we're going for. Didn't think you reviewed prototypes. Luckily, these aren't the review versions. But no. So we've got a little mod. We've got a little mod that that fits in the hand. You can thumb fire it, you can finger fire it, with both right and left hands, and the shape means that you've got a finger, you've got a digit close to this squonk bottle wherever you are. So however you decide to hold the mod, whichever hand you want to hold it, whether you want to fire it with your finger or with your thumb on your left hand or your right hand, you've always got a finger near the squonk bottle. And that's why I've gone with this kind of shape. Aside from the fact that it will not fall over and all that sort of stuff, obviously, you know, it's not gonna go over, which is what we want. It also means that it's sort of a truly ambidextrous kind of mod. Or at least I think it is anyway. So that's why we've got that shape. Now then, when it comes to the size, I didn't want to, you know, obviously I wanted to keep everything nice and small. And so that's why we've gone for the size we have. Now you can see here that the drop is a 24mm atomizer, so you can just squeeze a 25 on there if you really want to. But it's, I mean, most atomizers are 24mm, and that's why I've gone for sort of a safe 24mm on that one. So that's why that's gone. Now then, when it comes to the colours, I've still got juice everywhere from where it came out of the atomizer. Hold on. Okie dokie. So, things get much better. Things get even better. So when it comes to the colours, when I first got one, I got this kind of matte black colour, and I really like this. I like this a lot. And the reason I like this is because while it is, you know, fingerprinted the same as everything else, because it's such a small atomizer, it's not kind of chalkboardy or anything, but it's a nice and easy grip. And that's something that I really liked on it. So that's something that I wanted to carry on with the colours. So when it comes to the black, the red and the blue, I've gone kind of for dark metallic colours. I can't remember the thingy codes for them, but I chose all these colours. I was going to go for a sort of a darker blue as well, but I thought that this kind of light kind of metallic blue looks kind of cool, so I decided to go with this one. It's just a hint darker than it's coming out on camera, but there you go. That's what we've got to play with there. So all in all, super simple, super small, and super basic. But things don't finish there. Obviously, we've got a spring-loaded 510 going on the top there. But one of the things that I'm really proud of with this is it's got a silicone bottle in. Now, a lot of you that squonk already have got your own favourite silicone bottles. And one of the things that I've had an issue with in the past, as you're probably all aware of, is the fact that I do not like proprietary bottles. Generally, I'm not a fan of proprietary bottles. So I wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be the case with this. And so what we've done is we've actually got a carrier system, as you can see there. Oh, look at that. It's gone out of focus. Here we go. Come back. There we go. So we've got a carrier system. So you can put any of your kind of regular size squonk bottles that you already use, any colour, any size, anything you fancy. You pop your squonk bottle in, your hose goes up to this little jobby on the top there. Once that goes in there like so, use your carrier system, and then it just plonks right back into the base, and boom, there you go. So if you want to have a bright freaking pink bottle in there, you certainly can do. If you want to have a white bottle in there, you can do. If you want a harder bottle, you can do, and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, we've got this carrier system going on. Now, one of the things that we are just having a little bit of a play with is just making sure we can get the best seal we can do up the top here, where it goes into a little sort of grommet thing going on underneath there. So once we can, once we've just got a little bit of tweaking to do on that, and then I'll be happy. But otherwise, it's a carrier system. There's magnets. There should be little dimples in there as well, so it'll really click into place and hold the bottle nice and firm. But yeah, it goes in there, and boom, wallop, bosh, there you go, bottle sorted. Hey, like that? I hope you do. Now then, what else have we got? The screen. So I've said that I wanted to keep things really simple, and that's what I've gone for on the screen itself as well. Let me zoom in some more on this just so you can really see it properly. So the screen is going to be super simple. It's nice and bright, and boom, there we go. That's it. All we've got is we've got the charge going on at the top. We've got your wattage, you've got the amperage, the voltage, and the resistance. That's it. There's no menus, there's no fucking around, there's no dicking about. The only thing you can do is if I do the up down or the down button and the fire button, I'm now doing a variable voltage device rather than a variable wattage device. But flick those two over again and boom, that's it. That's all there is to worry about. There's no temp control, there's no flashy lights, there's no menu systems, there's none of that shit going on at all. And obviously 5 clicks turns it off. You get a little goodbye there, and away you go. We might have some different graphics going on when we go into production, but no, as far as it goes, boom. Now, obviously, this is going to tell you if you've got any issues when it comes to low resistance. It has a little low and then little ohm symbol next to it, and it's got all the protection and all of that sort of good shit that you'd want. But it's bright, it's in your face, it's there, it's bold, and you can't help but see what you've got going on. Now, once again, in relation to the size of the mod, you know, I mean, that screen takes up quite a large amount of real estate, and that's exactly what I wanted, because for those of us without brilliant eyesight, I wanted to make sure that we could all see it, and so that's what we've gone for. So boom, wallop, there you go. Now the battery door, as you would expect, super easy. We've got a little bit, whoops, hey, look at that, look. We've got a little bit of a click out thing going on there. You pop your batteries in. You then squeeze it in, click it into place, and boom, wallop, there you go. So that's not going to come out super easily, and there you go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, whoops, is the Basium. Now I've got the black recurve on there because it had a red drip tip. Oh, I thought that looked kind of sweet. And obviously you've got the what's it called, drop going on that one, and nothing on that one as yet. And this one was a really early prototype that I had to bang together, so that's there's nothing on there at all. But no, so there we go. That's the colours. We've also got black, and we've got a brushed aluminium coming as well. So we've got something that will match all of your sort of brushed aluminium. How's your father's up there? So fucking give it to me then, gang. Now these are just prototypes, so like I say, there are a couple of things I've still got to fix up on them, but as far as things go, it's a little sweetheart. There you go. Now then, a couple of other things just to highlight is the fact that it maxes out at 180 watts. I'm not saying that it's going to go for, you know, I'm not saying it's 200, 220 or whatever watts and then not being able to do it. I didn't want to overpromise and underdeliver, and it does hit that 180 should that become a necessary thing for you. So that's something that I'm very, very proud of. Now, a second thing that I'm super proud of is the board is actually very, very economical. We're not doing all of the bells and whistles. We're not doing any of the other random shit that goes on the outside of it. So that power that goes in your batteries basically just goes to your atomizer. And both me and the people that I've had kind of beta test the very early model means that we've all found that it's been super economical when it comes to battery life. So that's something I'm super proud of as well. Now then, one last thing, and this isn't set in stone as yet, but the price. So obviously there's a lot of squonkers on the market, and some are expensive. Now, what does expensive mean to you? That's hard to say, but for me, I wanted something that was going to be one of the more affordable but good build quality products out there. This is obviously aluminium going on here. We've got an aluminium top cap, an aluminium base as well. Obviously the carrier is plastic because that's the thing. We're going to probably include an extra carrier and an extra bottle in the package as well. We don't have just sidetracking myself a little bit, we don't have a charge port. Now, I know that's going to upset some people. I didn't want a charge port because I wanted people to understand like proper charging. Do you know what I mean? I wanted people to be able to put their batteries in a charger and charge them properly, because personally, and not everybody is going to agree with me, and I understand this, but personally, I think that too many people, rather than just using onboard chargers to get them out of a sort of a sticky situation, they tend to use, they rely on them, and I didn't want that my mod to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I know it's not going to get everybody. However, right, have a vape and a drink. Fucking yeah, not a bad idea. Let's have a vape, the red one, shall we? Ah, I turned it off. Hang on. Turn it on, you bastard. Are the batteries dead? Batteries might be dead. Are they dead? Batteries dead. Right, hold on. Here we go. Green one again. Da 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 da. So, super happy with that. Super happy with the way everything goes. Let me just check something, because, and the reason I'm checking something is because I know that one of these, and this is why they're prototypes, one of these had a slightly suspect capacitor in the board, and so that's something that we've identified and we've fixed. But let me just double check on this shit for you. There we go. Red one is now working again, so jobs are good. That's not the capacitor, that was the batteries. So, cracking away like a good one. So what I was talking about was price. Oh, now, good build quality. Really, really careful design. Obviously designed by a superstar. Oh crap, one of my batteries was really dead. So, yeah, really, I can't remember what I was saying. Water. Right, good. Now, the price. So, there's a lot of expensive mods on the market. I wanted to make this affordable. Now, this is, in my opinion, and I'm not kind of dissing, you know, the Geek Vape people, but this to me felt a little bit, nah. This to me feels solid and kind of well made and something that, you know, to be proud of. That's going to last you a little while. But am I ramping the price up? No. We are hoping that this is going to be going out for, and we should have this kind of nailed down over the next few days. But we're hoping that this is going to be going out for between £55 and £60. Now, what that's going to equate to in America, I don't know how kind of DovPo stuff. We'll have to look at that later on, whether it kind of will relate to $55, $60 or might be like $70, $75 or something. But £55 to £60 is where I'm aiming, thereabouts. And for that, you've got a solid, well-built, decent mod. If you want to collect different colours, you can do without blowing the bank out. You've also got something that you can carry with you as like an everyday beta, and it's not going to be the end of the world if you kind of ding it or whatever else. Now, obviously, this isn't a legend. This isn't an Aegis. This isn't something that you're going to throw at walls and all that sort of good shit. But it should be a pretty well built mod. So there we go. That's it. 55, 60 quid thereabouts. Hopefully. Should be. That's what we're aiming for. There we go. For a dinky little kind of sexy metallic looking. What do you think of the colours? Tell me. Give me your feedback, gang. Let me know what you think, because obviously I've got my I know what I think, obviously. That's at 55 watts, by the way. That was with a little single coil going on in there at the moment. What do we got? Tell me. Give me your feedback, gang. What do you like? What don't you like? All of that sort of good shit. The reasons that I used dodgy VTC 5s in the red one. That's why that one went a bit wobbly. Didn't paired batteries at all on that one. So let's have a little look at the comments then. So, right, let's go. Someone's getting their arse beaten. Fair enough. That's okay. What we got? Build quality looks decent on camera. Yeah, I hope you're going to find that when you've got one in your little handy pandy. I'll have it in brushed. Fantastic. Fantastic from Lewis. Truckinator wants a brushed one as well. Earl wants one, or two or three. Can't remember the last time I used USB charging on loose battery mod. No need. Absolutely. I use USB ports to collect fluff and dust. Otherwise, I must just have lost. What? Otherwise have otherwise have just lost. What have we got? How many dollars? I told you they look good. Bargain, cheap as mate. Bargain. Know what? It's not plastered with logos. No, and that's the other thing. Now we haven't got logos on these ones, obviously, because these are the prototypes. But what I'm going to do is I'm aiming to have just like Basium sort of laser etched in the bottom corner on the opposite side to the screen under there, and then underneath obviously we'll have Vaping Biker and Dofpo and all that sort of good shit under there. So that's what's going on there. But yeah, we're not going hell for leather on logos and stuff and shit and things. Where's the IP theft star giant? Absolutely. What batteries does it take to keep the size? It does take only 18 650s, and the reason was I wanted to keep the size small, but I also wanted it to be available to everybody. Not everybody can afford to go out there and go and get 20 650s, 21 700s, 2700s, and all that sort of good shit. So to keep this size. And to keep it available to everybody. Now, if there's a demand later on down the line where people want kind of bigger batteries in there, then we may release another version with bigger batteries. But that's something that we've had a chat about, but we've not concentrated on. Once again, because of the price, because of you know what it is, I wanted everybody to be able to have a dual regulated squonker and feel comfortable with it, you know. So what have we got going on here? Sorry, been in and out. No worries. All right, Alex. For once I'm a bit speechless. Get away. I doubt that very much. I like the colours. Personally would have preferred a darker blue, but I'd probably have gone for the green anyway, and maybe the red one as well. Absolutely. Originally, I was going to go for a darker blue, but Mrs. Biker really loved this colour, so blame her. But no, this kind of light colour. Do you remember that kind of like the Tiffany blue? It's not Tiffany blue, but remember that kind of thing? Now, not to sound horribly sexist here, but there were a lot of ladies that like the Tiffany blue, but also a lot of guys as well. So having a little bit of a, rather than just going dark and scary on everything, the lighter blue was just a lighter kind of, you know, thing. For X1 for a blue one says, ooh, I like it. Earl says, I like it. Dean, simple, absolutely. David Mottram, here we go. What? Lois, I like the blue. Would have been great with the Centre 510. Wouldn't work at the size though, so that's not allowed. No, absolutely. No, we did think about a size to sort of more of a central size to 510, but there's already a very slight kink in the hose to go into where it needs to go already. We didn't want to make that an even longer kink, and we didn't want it to, you know, have the potential of coming off inside the mod. Another reason for having this, in the unfortunate aspect of, you know, any leakage or anything like that, you're nowhere near the board. Your bottle has its own container, so should there be any issues, which we did have on the prototypes, on the very early prototypes, then yeah, it doesn't get anywhere it doesn't need to be. So happy about that one. 2650 would have been smart, but 18650 is cool. Really like the looks of them. Interesting to see how it feels in the hand with it being square. Never used a square mod. I'm sure it'll be a popular device. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I wanted to do was have the, I mean, these aren't sort of sharp edges or anything like that, and obviously we've got the kind of quite distinct curve on the side with the squonk bottle, but I mean, you can see that it doesn't take up that much real estate. But like I said, I wanted it to be in a position where I could thumb fire it or finger fire it, and wherever you're firing it from, you've always got access to that squonk bottle. And so yeah, that's why that's and the fact you can't knock it over, because as you know, I knock things over all the fucking time. But that's why I went with that square, and it's different to everything else, which, you know, made me happy. 18650 dual is completely okay for me. Great stuff. I'd like the coloured ones to have matching colour base and top plate. Well, yeah, but now thought about that. But one of the great things about that, we did think about going for black buttons on the coloured ones just to make it look cool. But more people have black RDAs than will have this colour blue or this colour green. Do you know what I mean? And so because of that, when you have a black RDA or an RDA with black stuff on the top of it, it kind of sits itself in there nice and easily. But also, if you do have a stainless steel RDA with just a black drip tip or something like that, and you're putting it on the aluminium one, the brushed one, then it still looks cool. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't want to kind of make things too colourful. In that case, it wouldn't look quite as good when it was matchy with your stuff. Will the colours have super cool, elegant names? Do you know what? I've not even thought about that yet. That is a good point. I've not even thought about that. That's my moaning over. I doubt that one, Mr. Bodrum. No, thank you very much. No Tickle the Week logo. No, John. No Tickle the Week logo. Size and shape is ace. Thank you very much indeed. Dean, you've stolen my idea for the bottle carrier. Have I? Did you come up with that already? What else have we got going on here? Variable voltage is splendid. Absolutely. Simple board is fantastic. Wouldn't mind the bearded one logo on it. Yeah, I mean, my logo looks crap when it's really shrunk down. So it would have to be a sort of a 10 mil at least, which I didn't really want that. I just wanted it simple, and not everybody wants to kind of display my face. So, my ego subsided for a short while in order to have it nice and subtle. So that's good. What else have we got going on here? Bottle carrier system is brilliant. It is a bit of a twat, and even with these ones, we've got a couple of little kind of leaking issues, like I say, and that's mainly due to the fact that we haven't got the dimples in the base section of the carrier yet, and so that doesn't click into place and really kind of force it snugly up against the base of the 510. So we do have a little bit of that at the moment, but that will be fixed before going to market, obviously. I fucking hate proprietary bottles. Absolutely. I'm not a fan either. I've just realised something cooler. It's the little things. Because they're squares, I can have kind of a rounded edged square. Anyway, oh dear. But no, there we go. So slightly different colours to what we've seen on other products. We've got a slightly different look of a product. We've got going back to basics, keeping it simple. Like I said, in Latin, Bassium means kiss, and kiss means keep it simple, stupid. So that's why we've gone for that one, and that's why I wanted it as cheap, as simple, and as easy to use as humanly possible. So you can't really fuck it up. It's got lots of protection. It's got lots of stuff happening, and there we go. So. Did I do good? Did I? Hey, let me know. Because I am shitting bricks at the minute. Can we all get one before Mr. Todd? Unlikely. What's going to be going on? Let's say we wanted to be able to show people at Expo. So we've been working super hard to make that happen. And we had a couple of things that kind of fucked us back. I mean, UPS put us back a week, and they're very dicking around going on, but it's there's things that we've wanted to sort of achieve that we're slightly behind schedule on what we wanted to make happen, but no, essentially what's going to happen is once we get Expo out of the way, it'll probably be another week or so, maybe two, before we get to a point where I'm happy to release some reviewer models. They're not going out to all reviewers straight away, and part of that will be to stop kind of this game of trying to get a review out faster than anyone else business, but also it's going to be kind of two groups of reviewers that are going to be getting stuff, not just because of that, but it just makes sense to stagger that a little bit from a marketing perspective. So once we've got those out, then hoping that we will be able to release possibly in about a month, maybe thereabouts ish, to the public, but no, I really wanted to see what the kind of the feedback was going to be from Expo and all that sort of good stuff. So this is a super kind of early view on it. Play to blind to make good on you. Thank you very much, Stan. Very kind. What's the Patreon discount? Absolutely. Well, you never know. There might be something for certain Patreon people. There may be some giveaways. The shape is going to blow people's minds. Absolutely, David. See, that's why I'm kind of super scared about it, because if you just look at it and someone says, well, it's a square, you kind of go, well, I don't know how I feel about that. But when you kind of, when I explain to the fact that you can use it in both hands, and you know, you've always got the bottle accessible and all that sort of shit, then it kind of makes sense to me. It makes a little bit logical sense, and the fact that it doesn't fall over, that makes me very happy. But no, there you go. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Some people are gonna hate the design, some people will love it. I'm quite assured about that. Some people won't like it just because I made it, but you know. Can we try one at Expo? Yes, Alex, there will be 5, I think, on the stand. So yes, you will be able to put one in your hand. Truckinator, thank you, Mark. Gotta run. Have a great day, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you very much indeed. I'm trying to see who wants me to put my Doffo factory and collect some Patreon samples. Nice idea. I think if they soon they get one in their hands, they'll like it, then they use it and they'll love it. I hope so too. I really hope so as well. And it's I mean, I don't know if I can I show you this? I don't know if this actually has the date for when I first what's the software? Nope, can't remember it. So no. Anyway, fuck it. Yeah, it's I'm a little bit 16 sevens. It is a different shape. It is something that's a little bit different, a little bit cool. And I sincerely hope people will dig it. But you know, can't please everybody. I'm fully aware of that one. So we'll see how we get on. Alex says sick. Cool. No word from work yet, so hopeful about Expo. Fingers crossed. That'd be cool, Stan. That'd be really good. So excited for you, Dean. This is great. Thank you very much, Al. I really appreciate that. It is terrifying. I've never done something like this before, but working with Dovpo has been just the happiest example of how a relationship should work. They've not kind of poked their nose in on stuff that I kind of had a very clear opinion on. They've given me free rein to do kind of everything that I wanted to do, and they've come up with some brilliant stuff, like making the bottle delivery system work and things like that. I designed the layout for the board, but they obviously made the board work. and all that sort of good shit. So it's been a truly joyous experience, and I've loved every minute of working with them, and they've been truly exceptional. And for those of you that may not have seen Dovpo, I'm sure most of you have, but they came out with, was it last year, the year before, whenever it was, the 1VP.me did a little kind of I think it was a restricted lung RDA, and it was brilliant, and I really liked that. And they don't do much when it comes to kind of, you know, reviewer work and all that sort of stuff. And I think because they're a smaller company, because they don't necessarily have the sort of size behind them at Geek Vape or Vandy Vape or, you know, whoever else has, they're passionate. They are passionate about making a good quality product that's going to go out and have a good experience. So obviously I reviewed the V from them a little while ago. It was a variable voltage mod, which I did like. And when Mr. Basado reviewed it, he tested the board as well and said how good the board was, how it was kind of a real kind of instant hitter, if you like. And so you know, it just, to me, it goes towards the quality of that these guys put out. So I'm super happy to be working off them. Ah dear, right. Whew. My internals just blew up for a minute. Then did I miss? Dave just missed the giveaway. We all know I'm a bit of a Shadow fanboy, but I genuinely think this mod is going to be a great little device. Well done, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you, Davey. Thank you, much appreciated. But no, I'm gonna have a vape. Hold you on. Oh. It just does what it says on the tin. Squonky, squonky, squonk. Squonko, squonk. Fire, fire, fire. It's like a train. I hate it when people say that about a regulated mod. Anyway, yes, so colours, you'll be able to get drip tips and stuff. I'm sure you've probably got your own drip tips that will match one of the colours, if not all of them. and jobs are good. And like I say, the only one that I don't have is the brushed one, which we did look at one point in time. So we did actually have, this is one of the super early prototypes of the frame. This is a really kind of shiny gunmetal, which was kind of cool, but it is a monster of a fingerprint magnet. Oh, one of the other things that I kind of like about this is if you got the black one or the aluminium one or any of the others and decided that you didn't, you know, like the look of it, it would be super easy to make a wrap, a vinyl wrap to cover around this. It would be crazy easy, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to keep that fascia nice and simple without having logos or embellishments and stuff plastered all over it. Other than the fact that I've got good taste. No, that's so there we go. That's, you can bang a wrap on it if you want. Off topic, my first mix is your biker berry recipe. It's pretty darn good. Excellent, Alex. Good to know, buddy. Good to know. Hitting out a train might not be a great thing with the train service. Absolutely, Davey. So there you go. I've now got a complete stress headache. I'm a little bit flushed in the face. Whoo! Stress. I am not at all prepared for leaving for Expo tomorrow, and we've got to leave super early so I can get there for lunchtime. We will be, by the way, at I put it on the picture. I put it on the, no, I didn't. I put it on my social media. If you fancy going on social media, if you're on Instagram and you want to share my my little image, then that would be greatly appreciated. But what we've got going on there is we will be at stand 605 for this weekend in the UK, and there's a there you go. That's what the, hang on, brighten up a little bit, shall we? That's too bright now. Fuck off. That's what the post looks like. If you fancy sharing that on Instagram, crack on. That'd be very kind of you. We've just got to try and get this out and about there now, so people know it's a thing, know it's happening, and hopefully, if my stress system doesn't just fucking overpower itself this weekend, then yeah, we'll be out and about and a thing. Oh dear. So I'm so happy that everyone in chat appears to like the look of it. That's made my day. Thank you very much. But obviously, you know, like I said, I know I'm not going to please absolutely everybody, and that's fine and dandy. But those of you that have been with the channel for a while will know that I like my dual battery squonkers. I've always liked dual battery squonkers, and because of that, I felt there was a necessity to make a pretty small one that was affordable and decent. And silly things, you know, like I'm really proud of being able to rather than using all of the sort of laminated packaging and, you know, and the plastic and the foam and all that sort of good shit, we're using recycled cardboard. So we've got a really kind of good solid looking, or, you know, a nice funky looking box, not necessarily good solid box. A box is a box, but you know, a funky looking box that's going to be a bit sweet. So I'm quite proud of that, and not making my carbon footprint any bigger than needs be, which is kind of ironic, I guess, when it comes to vaping. But no, that's the thing. So that's it. That is my presentation. Now, as I said at the start, please don't share this. There's pretty much nobody on the planet that has seen this as so far, and I really don't want that to go out to anybody else. And obviously, this isn't a review video; it's not the proper show and tell. It's just something that I wanted to show you guys, and I really do want to keep it that way, please. So I will be forever in your debt if you don't share it to the big wide world. So there we go. You'll do great, man. Wish I could be there. Thank you very much, El. John Gray, seriously, you've done good. Be calm and be very proud of your creation. Not sure calm's a possibility, but I'll certainly have a go. Chill your beans, man. One of my bugbears, wasteful packaging. Well done on the packaging as well. Thank you very much, Dan. El, stay here, mate. No worries. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody for liking it. Now, if you do have any questions, then feel free to email me at any time. Obviously, don't just post it on the Facebook group or something like that saying, "Oh, we saw this earlier on." But you know, just if you've got a question or anything, then email me at info@vapingbiker.co.uk. But that is it. I am absolutely pooped. I need to go and eat something before I pass out now, and start thinking about packing. Oh fuck! I've got to make some juice as well. Twat. I'm gonna make a load of syrup juice. But no, thank you, Schwarzy. Did you really miss it? Did you really miss it? You fucking bellend. No, you've Mr. Schwartz. Basically, what we've got here. I'm not going to go through the whole presentation again. You can watch it back. But oh, this is stressful. Boom. There you go. So, tis a squonker, tis a dual battery, tis sexy as fuck. I'm happy about it. I'm scared, but I'm happy. And thank you. What's for dinner? I have no idea. I have no idea. Yes. So, Mr. Shaw, go back and check out the video, my friend. Sorry, I can't go over it all again, but I don't want to bore everyone stupid with it. I'm gonna, you know, just finish on the things that, you know, it's a different shape. It's the smallest dual battery squonker that I'm aware of at 80mm tall. It's got a pretty damn small footprint as well. It's a square shape, which is nice. You can put any bottle of a similar size in there that you fancy. Not proprietary bottles, 180 watts, super simple, variable wattage, variable voltage. That's it on the board. Nothing to get technical about. Super easy to see, nice and bright, and that's about it. Oh, and it's economical, and 55, 60 quid thereabouts. So, boom. And it works like a champ. So, that's it, ladies and gentle germs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being awesome. Obviously, I've not forgotten, or I won't forget about you when it comes to the release time and all that sort of good shit. So I'm gonna do my level best to make cool things happen. It probably won't be enough to be able to let every one of my patrons have one, obviously, but I will certainly do my level best to do something cool, so some people at the very least can get hold of one easily from me. But I'm hoping I've got to sort of look hard at distribution in the States now. I'm still not entirely sure about who the sort of the larger distribution people are in the States or in Canada, actually. But getting on board with the UK stuff, and this weekend obviously is going to help with that as well. So we'll get a bunch going. They will be available absolutely everywhere, hopefully, and at that price, I hope that everyone feels quite comfortable that I'm not, you know, taking the piss. So, based on that one, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like I said, drop me a PM, drop me an email if you want to talk about it anymore. But thank you so much for sticking with me and for checking this one out with me today. Like I said, these ones aren't the final finished products, but we've got a couple more things to change, and then they will be. I just wanted to give you guys a show, and I'm going to stop rattling on now. What I'll do, should we finish on the little sort of spoiler trailer, teaser trailer, spoiler trailer, whatever the fuck it is. I'm gonna vape one left-handed, one right-handed here. That's a mix of flavour. Right. Thank you very much indeed. I will see you all very soon. If you're at Expo, I will definitely see you. Obviously, come to stand B605, and I'll be at the DovPost stand quite a lot. And I will. I'll see you. Oh, fucking! I can't talk. I've really lost the plot. There we go. I will see you very, very soon. Love you lots. Thank you. And have it larger.